The following recordings detail the activities of a government agency that officially does not exist. Since 1928, they have protected humanity from the forces of darkness, with honor, but without glory. Declassified recently, these files have become known as the Danger Files. In the summer of 1998, a small van rode into the Air Force Base of Platt AFB in the remote plains of Nebraska. What were its intentions? We are going to find out. This is the Danger Files. My name is Dan Thompson, and I will be your handler. Welcome to the second episode of our Delta Green Show! Hey. We have some characters. That we're going to subject to this whole thing. I wanted to talk a little bit about the kind of shows that Delta Green is based on. It's based on these sort of mystery shows and stuff. Jerry, you're a fan of these kind of TV. You love a mystery TV show, right? You must have watched some of like X-Files and I don't know. There's other kind of stuff
X-Files and the Twilight Zone and Unsolved Mysteries and stuff like that.
Yeah,
which kept me awake at night. Terrifying, terrible show that it is when you watch back at it. Very cheap things. Yeah, no, I love a mystery show, aliens and the unknown and things like that. I used to collect that fact file that used to come out. There was a magazine in the 90s about aliens. It was like a Partworks magazine, which would tell you various stories about aliens. It was all invariably the same. Aliens did something in a way that was difficult to prove and remember. And I have a blurry photograph. But I've always been into that sort of thing.
James, you're of the same generation as us, have you? And we're talking about Ross, like as if Ross is our child because his character is so much younger. It's only a couple of years younger. But like, were you into sort of your Twilight Zone and stuff?
We seem to miss the Twilight Zone, but yeah, the kind of Twilight Zone. I hope you're not referring to the original 1950s Twilight Zone because I'm not that fucking old.
I watched it. You can still watch it.
Yeah, I know. I've seen quite a few of them, and
of Rod Sterling.
The famous sort of William Shatner with the little goblin on the wing.
Something on the wing.
Something on the wing.
Something on the wing.
But I loved the X-Files. Like, thought that was great. Had an X-Files T-shirt. I managed to get an X-Files little flashlight. I got from somewhere, and it was just like, what a pointless, when TV shows just like, we're going to put the X-Files on everything. And it was a little sort of, but has it aged well? I seem to remember watching episodes like quite a while ago now, but like quite a long time after they aired, and I was just like, this is pretty bollocks, actually. Like, it's actually not very good.
Really?
And much more low budget than I remember. Like, I remember, like, Jerry says, like, the stretchy guy down the chimney and all this kind of stuff. It was really creepy. And he watched it, it's just like, so bad. Like, terrible.
Especially the credits. The music is great, but the credits look like it was done on Windows Movie Maker. The font they use for the X-Files credits it's like Comic Sans. It's terrible.
Yeah. And also, I remember, like, again, tropes come out, but, like, Scully's like,
oh, God, Scully.
No. And Mulder's like, yes. And she's like, no. And she's like, yes. And that's the dynamic.
Scully is abducted by aliens and impregnated, and she still doesn't believe in aliens.
Yeah.
It's astonishing. I read a tweet recently about the fact that Scully never had a desk. She was never given a desk or a computer. She was working in Mulder's office. He had a desk and a computer and everything, and she just had to stand in the background and do her typing at home. Every evening she'd come home and type. I don't believe any of it. We saw aliens today, but I don't believe it still. Every single week I see something beyond explanation, but I don't believe it.
And that's the thing. Like, often it was just so blatant. Like, you literally, like, punched an alien. It's like, yeah, but I don't believe it.
Yeah,
it's a bit far-fetched.
Could have been anything. Could have been gases.
Yeah.
Did you watch any of those kind of shows, Ross?
Yeah. My brother, he had all of the DVDs of every season, and so like I watched them now and again. I remember the chain smoking guy, the one that's always chain smoking,
cigarette smoking man, CSM, as he was called in fan circles.
Yeah. And I remember certain episodes. I remember the invisible elephant one. There was an episode with an invisible elephant. That like,
sure?
was like, yeah, there was an invisible elephant episode.
Wow.
Or it was like, and it was like boom, 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 and yeah, it was an invisible elephant. There was also the guy, tattoo guy. Like, there's a guy with tattoos.
Oh yeah.
There's like specific little clips I remember, and then like obviously they tried to reboot it, didn't they? Recently, like
Yeah, it was a continuation.
Yeah, but I didn't. I should really go back and watch them.
Is it with like Scully and her alien?
It's more than Scully.
Alien teenage son or whatever, just going to school and trying to fit in with the other kids and all this kind of stuff. Yeah.
They do have an episode with Rhys Darby, from Flight of the Conchords.
Yeah.
Plays an alien, and he's massively into cryptids and aliens and stuff like that. So he got to play a cryptid in the X-Files. He's an amazing. Yeah, anything he does about cryptids, I flock to because he's hilarious.
I remember one about. Was there one about? He's either a guy who turns into water or he's a guy who sets fires. One of those is A Secret World of Alex Mack, which I'm I think that might be the water guy. Is there a fire guy in it at some point?
Probably. I mean, there was a pretty much everything kind of guy.
Yeah.
At some stage.
I watched an episode with it on a school trip to France at a hotel in Paris when we realised we could get the TV, and we watched an episode of The X-Files that was dubbed into French.
Wow.
Because it was all we could get on and it felt naughty, and we were like, this is a late night show, we might see boobs in it. So we're going to give it a go. I was not aware at the time that is not the 90s David Duchovny TV series that you go to if you want to see boobs.
Yeah, you're thinking of Red Shoe
I
Diaries.
was thinking of Red Shoe Diaries.
Yeah.
I was like, oh.
The skeeviest show. It was just...
It's so funny because, like, looking
strange.
back, what an easy job. Because I was just sort of like, it's like, he's in this racing program. All he did was walk about, read the letter, and then they just cut some soft core porn.
But he has a really interesting the occult career because, of course, he's in Twin Peaks as well.
Yeah.
Where he plays a trans woman FBI agent made in like early 90s who now in the third season is the head of the FBI.
Wow.
And he's a very attractive woman, David Duchovny, it must be said. If you haven't seen David Duchovny as a woman in Twin Peaks, type in David Duchovny in Twin Peaks. Very attractive woman, David Duchovny.
You haven't lived. I'm going to Google him while we're doing it.
Yeah, me too.
quick David Duchovny Google break.
The episode with the elephant, I found it's called Fearful Symmetry from Season 2, Episode 18. When animals from a zoo in Fairfield, Idaho disappear from their cages, reappearing miles away, and a local man is killed by an invisible force. Mulder and Scully investigate. They become caught in a conflict between an animal rights activist and a zoo director, and Scully is forced to conduct the strangest autopsy of her career. I mean, does she do loads of autopsies?
She does. That's her main role in the X-Files. She does autopsy. She has no desk, and she has to do continuous autopsies.
How do you do an autopsy of an invisible animal?
Yeah.
You're in...
Yeah.
Well, looks
Is
like...
the interior
I'll
invisible?
cut his head off.
I guess the whole thing's invisible.
Because the other great X-Files spin-off of the 90s was Baywatch spin-off, Baywatch Nights.
Baywatch
The Nights will never be the same, where David Hasselhoff solves crimes at night. It's the same character who's a lifeguard by day and a paranormal detective by night. And they have aliens, and I think in one episode he's possessed by the devil. But it's again exactly as you would expect. Also, if anyone hasn't seen the credits for season 2 of Baywatch Nights, worth a watch. Genuinely hilarious. Because it's terrible, obviously, but it's very funny.
Oh my god, I want to watch Baywatch Nights now. But before that, let's find out what's going on in the Delta Green Nights. I'm still no good at links, everyone.
Yeah.
Before we went on air, you were asking a question about guns, which is a reasonable question, I guess, for kind of the sort of equipment you have, because you are in the military, but you are on base. So people don't just carry guns around army bases, because that's how mass shootings happen.
Yeah.
So, and certainly how accidents happen. The military base is probably one of the most secure places in terms of gun control in a lot of America. So there are guns on base, but they are all kept in the weapons locker in the administrative building. The only person who has access to that is Major Jones. He's the only person who has the combination and the key that access that weapon. Weapons are issued when you need them. So if you're on guard duty, if you're at a gate guard, you will be issued with a rifle and a sidearm. They are strictly controlled. They are handed over to the next people taking over the post. At the end of shifts, they are locked away in the locker. So you don't just have guns on you as you're kind of walking around the base. You have
on your back, like you
Yeah, pump action shotgun.
yeah. Yeah.
I need this for my mop.
Stay away from my grits.
What are grits as well, by the way?
Yeah, what the
Can we
fuck are grits? I need to look up grits.
They're horrible. They're horrible. They're a corn-based American food. Maybe they're lovely. I mean, I don't know. It doesn't sound great, does it? Grits. If I was inventing a new food, I wouldn't call it grits.
Grits, food dish. It's a porridge made from boiled cornmeal. Hominy grits are a type of grits made from hominy.
so it's just like a boiled
corn that has been
corn.
treated with an alkali in a process called nixtamalization, with the pericarp ovary wall removed.
Well, you want to remove your pericarp, to be fair.
Of course you do. I mean, you'd be mad not to. Yeah, it just looks like weird porridge.
I'll be honest, I'm still looking at a picture of David Duchovny.
Yeah, it's pretty great.
They can be either yellow or white. There you go.
Grits are a porridge made from boiled cornmeal. So there's just a sink filled with porridge.
Sink of
somebody
porridge.
made too many grit. Is it too many grits or too much grits?
Yeah, too many
Too
grits.
much grits. Too many grits.
Too many grits.
Someone made too many
many
grits, and so just dumped them all in the sink.
Someone keeps doing it, and they're like, "For fuck's sake!"
Who's putting grits in the sink?
Yeah.
But some of you have taken to just helping yourselves to handfuls of them.
Not even in a bowl, just
would
eating
you-
out of our hands. No cutlery in this airbase.
I kind of want grits now. I don't know. Maybe my brain is broken.
Just get your face in there. Just...
Little piggy in the trough. Lovely grits. We're on the base with our 3 heroes, in inverted commas.
Oh no, this isn't a game of heroes. This is no.
Has-beens.
Airman First Class Norman Tully, aircraft controller and flight simulator extraordinaire. Senior Airman Flake Piffkin, who has been discharged from every branch of the military except the Air Force.
Yeah,
And somehow been accepted back in.
came close.
And First Lieutenant, I need to check this. Is it Pete or Chuck? We said a couple.
Pete.
He's Pete.
Oh,
Pete.
sorry. So I put Chuck.
Oh yeah, you said Chuck Jaeger.
Because it is actually...
Chuck Jaeger, I think, broke the sound barrier. So maybe you're
I think
confusing
it's
with him.
I remember Jaeger's flights, like there was a Jaeger game. Like
There was, yeah. It was, I think it was like
Jaeger,
he was stunt planes as well, wasn't
Yeah.
he?
Something
he
like
was
that.
Like he was
Maybe
just-
he didn't. No.
No, I think he's like one of these aviators who like broke the sound barrier and then he became a famous stunt pilot and then he
Googling
did
too
it.
much today.
Yeah.
So his name is...
Pete.
Pete.
Yeah, Pete Whiplash Jaeger.
That's it. Okay, cool. Thanks.
Pete Jaeger.
He was a test pilot, Chuck Jaeger.
Didn't he exchange places with Sam Beckett in Quantum Leap, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And British Dangerlings, don't come at me. I'm saying lieutenant because we're in the US Air Force. I know the pronunciation is different in the UK and the spelling is the same. But he's a lieutenant. He's not a lieutenant. That's just going to get confusing.
It's not, and you shouldn't programmate the incorrect way of saying lieutenant.
Or David Tennant.
Or the way everywhere else in the world says it, is it?
It's wrong.
Except this little island.
You must say lieutenant because
No,
it's
this island is right.
because it's clearly not got an F in it, so you have to pronounce the F.
It makes absolutely no
Makes
sense.
perfect sense. I don't understand why the world can't get it.
I don't know how we have ended up in it. But yes, you've just been finishing your break, having a bit of food before heading back to your duties. And a strange van has pulled up. Don't get a lot of visitors like this on the base. What do we think of some of the people we've met so far? What do we think of some of your... I know we've only had one scene, but...
Well, with It's a Wonderful Life.
Seabar and Leroy.
Yeah.
LaCroix.
Brian Seymour. Herman
Yeah,
Seymour.
I mean, they sound like they're quite. We sound like we're quite an old airbase. I mean, this guy sounded like
He's
like-
19.
yeah,
Yeah, they're at the beginning of their career, seemingly.
yeah. He just sounds like an old man.
Oh, no.
I'm excited to see the rest of the weird people that Dan's going to create in his head.
It's a lot of accents to come. It's a lot of very similar.
That's the worst thing about doing like Danger Things. When I was doing that, I was like, oh fucking hell, I've got to come up with loads of different types of American accents.
Yeah.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
Slightly lower. Slightly higher.
Like it's even more narrowed down on it because like Fantasy World, absolute easiest one. You can be like, all right, yeah, fine. It's this gnome is French for some reason. That doesn't matter. There we go. Whatever voice comes into my head is the appropriate voice for this mythical weird world.
Yeah.
And then it gets harder in kind of real world because you have to be a bit more realistic. It's even harder here because you're in the military. So the odds of anyone not being American are like you can't just be like, oh yeah, I'm the German who was joined the Air Force.
Yeah.
I'm an exchange student.
I mean, I presume we're at the comedy end of the American Army here.
I feel like we are.
I think, yeah. You know, silly American accents is fine, and characterizations.
Yeah.
But yeah.
A massive disclaimer to all American listeners.
Well,
Intentionally bad American accents.
Well, yeah. But the trouble is, otherwise, it's like that's the thing with doing straight role playing. It's just like you're in the military, so it's going to be very much like. And you're like, well, this is boring.
Yeah.
Well, let's get to it. Let's pick up on where things go. Now, time won't necessarily... I was going to say, time will work in a weird way. It won't, but we might jump around with scenes. We might jump ahead in time. We're not necessarily going to play everything out every single minute of the day, because you're not on the clock, particularly at the moment. The only appointment you have is your poker night at 8 p.m. tonight. Let's pick things up where we were. So what was your plan after this? Let me ask you, what do you think your duties are? You finished your lunch. What do you guys do on the base? What are their jobs?
So Norman works in the... he only does nights, though. Like, he does nights in the air traffic control tower. Because of his backstory, he's not allowed to actually be like an actual air traffic controller. So they basically, whenever there's actually a planes coming into the airbase, they tell him that his shift's over, so then he goes back and he does cleaning stuff, maybe some computer repairing and stuff like that, just like menial stuff. But other than that, yeah, he sits at home playing his Microsoft Simulator 98.
Well, I mean, you live in a dormitory, so you're not going to have a computer in the dorm.
No,
so he's going to have to.
And I have to. Given your comments about people on the base, I don't think you really understand military life, do you?
I get my own room. I guess
my sister.
I go back to my house and I play on Microsoft Flight. So it's like, hey, what are you talking about? We're in the military on a military base. Go to my little cottage just down the road.
I've seen films where they're like the wives live on the base and they're like, oh god, he's gonna blah 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 blah, you know.
Well, near the base. So if they'd had like NASA, they'd have a village nearby with their wives living in it.
Okay,
but it wouldn't be on the base itself.
I've hooked up a secret computer in one of the store cupboards to make flight sim, and I have a key for it, and I play Microsoft Simulator in it.
Fantastic.
But we all know.
It's not secret at all.
It's not secret. We all know about that.
It's like an open secret.
Yeah.
All right. Is that Norman's plan? Norman's going to sneak off for a bit of flight simulator time.
Yeah, maybe. Well, he's obviously going to come and inspect
Wants to see what's going on with the van, first of all.
Yeah, I think he won't get involved in the poker. He always just likes to just sit and watch because he doesn't... He's smart and he actually would be good at it because he's clever and knows, poker's luck, really. But but he hasn't got a very good poker face. So, yeah.
Nice. All right. Well, just what I want you to have a sense that you guys have duties on this base. So you're not in prison, as it were, as much as you've been put here to be. You don't just kind of bibble around the base. You have stuff that you're going to have to be doing at certain times.
Yeah. Well, I sort of saw Flake being more sort of in charge of keeping the tool shop tidy, maintaining stuff like that. Because I imagine they've got all sorts of tools to take apart planes, like some pretty heavy-duty hydraulic stuff as well. And just making sure that's all working and stored away.
You probably work with Seba quite a bit then. So Seba's in charge of pavements and construction equipment. Like he's the maintenance guy basically. So he's probably coming to you for tools quite a bit. So he fills in potholes. things like that.
Right.
So he's really got the
there's
he's got
another
the pram job.
pothole. I better get
I'll get over there with my pothole equipment.
Well, I mean, that's what
gee.
that's what Flake does as a hobby. He digs potholes because there's not much to do on the base, so he's just like,
keeps thinking it's gophers, but it's actually you.
yeah.
How about Jaeger? What's Jaeger kind of?
So, I mean, I was thinking he was attached to the motor pool in the
Yep.
base whenever that's needed, but we don't get a lot of volume of aircraft here, do we? So, like, what is the ongoing thing happening on this base on a day-to-day basis when there's nothing arriving?
A lot of it is maintenance. So you'd have things like there's a lot of security, so there's a lot of patrolling, watching the front gate. There's there's a lot of administrative tasks in terms of cataloguing and things of all of the stuff that's kept on there, and then there's maintenance of a lot of the kit that is kept them, maintenance of some of the aircraft, maintenance of the vehicles. There's always stuff that needs fixing on the base.
I mean, I'm 40% mechanical skill, which isn't great, but I suppose I would be guarding the motor pool and fixing up any broken stuff and just waiting around for stuff to get broken so I can fix it.
Nice.
To go with it.
Yeah. All right.
I've also given him skills in oil painting, so I think
Nice.
he secretly oil paints in his downtime.
He's got a bit of painting. Okay, we'll pick things up where we were, which is 3 p.m. You guys are standing around outside, or you guys are just heading out of the mess hall. Seba is backing away down the road, away from you all, after you told him to fuck off.
I don't mind Steve. I like myself, but I just chose my.
Oh, I like you too.
I didn't say I liked you. I just don't mind you.
Oh, okay, I'll keep going.
Good.
LaCroix steps out with you and lights a cigarette. He's got a moustache and he's wearing aviators. LaCroix takes care of the tactical aircraft maintenance, so if there are any planes that come in that need maintenance doing on them, he works on those when they come in. So he's one of the engineers. He's got a tool belt. He's played by Cole Meany, but with a sexy moustache. So he's like a sexy version of Chief O'Brien.
What do you mean? Chief O'Brien is incredibly sexy.
Absolutely didn't have that in my head when I said it, but that's fine. That's who he is now. You walk around the administrative building. What's the plan? You want to go and take a little look at where the van is?
Yeah, I guess.
But,
Yeah.
but I think in like true military style, we're not supposed to do that. So we'll take a roundabout route, like probably going somewhere else. We're not that interested in the van, but actually we're going to go check out the van. It's probably what we do.
You start taking a sort of a stroll up the road towards where the hangars are, which is a little closer to the boneyard.
So the interesting thing about Flight Simulator is it's got.
Here we go.
It's
I thought that was your secret. You didn't tell anyone about Flight Simulator.
Oh, don't! No, you're my friend, so I can tell you. It's really realistic. It's like you're actually in an aircraft.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you know we're on an airbase, right? Like we have literal planes.
Yeah, but this is super realistic.
Yeah, so is flying a plane. Like, why didn't you actually learn to fly a plane?
Yeah, I've got 30 years of aircraft experience.
Literally, literally, Pete could literally teach you how to fly a plane, and then you could actually fly a plane.
I mean, I'm not going to teach you how to fly a plane, but
Why do you keep going sticking your head in that cupboard? Like, we all know about you and your stupid cupboard. To learn to fly a plane on an airbase with literal planes outside. In fact, I think isn't your cupboard in one of the buildings with a fucking plane in it? And you're sitting there in the hangar playing Flight Simulator.
Never even thought to put it in the plane so he can feel like
No.
Oh my god. As you're walking up the road, you hear a shout from behind you. You hear the voice of Major Jones as he calls out, "Tully, Jaeger, Piffkin!"
Oh, yes, sir.
Sir.
The hell do you think you three are going? Sorry. I couldn't see. Two of you were standing in front of each other. I thought
we're just going for a walk, sir.
We're on our break, sir. We're just having a walk.
Major Jones is in his 40s, is the base commander, which I think makes him younger than two of you. He's a career military type. He's got a short regulation haircut that is going grey at the sides. His nose is quite wide and veiny. He drinks a lot, probably why he's ended up here. And he's wearing his uniform despite the summer heat. On your break, huh? Got nothing better to do?
Well,
called
sir,
a break.
I was telling the guys about the new game that came out this year. It's called Microsoft
wait.
Flight Simulator 98.
Why
are you telling him
why
this?
Are you telling me you know we're not allowed computers on the base?
Oh no, I was saying back home I play it.
Back home, you're in the fucking military. This is your home. Why can you never understand? How long have you been in the military?
For 2 years,
Really?
I think. I don't know.
How old are you?
He's forgotten. He's forgotten how long he's been in the military.
How old are
Sir,
you?
we're going for a walk because we're on our break. We don't have anything better to do because we're on our break, sir. It's the point of having a break.
The Major walked towards you. You watch your attitude with me, Jaeger. That might have carried you in some of your previous ones, but you're here because you messed up. That means you belong to me while you're here.
Yes, sir.
You take that attitude like me, you'll be out of this base. You know what's out of this base? Nothing is out of this base. You leave this base, and you're nothing.
Surely if I'm out of this space, sir, then I will be out of this space. And then what'll be out of this space is me, sir.
Don't talk relativity to me, son. I don't need any of that. I don't need any of your gay science.
You run an aircraft base, sir. It's mainly based on science.
God damn you.
Sir, if you want, there's still some grits left in the sink.
Yes, sir. Go eat some grits. They're very good grits today.
Yeah, you just have to scoop it out with your hands, sir, because there's no cutlery.
I know about the sink grits, God damn it. When I find out who's behind those sink grits, they're going to be on guard duty for a month.
The grits?
Not the grits. You three. One of you is behind those grits. And I swear I'm going to find out which one of you it is. And then I'm going to blast you so high, even an F-15 wouldn't be able to shoot you down.
All right, sir.
What?
Okay, sir.
That's
Yes,
quite
sir.
the I'm sorry, sir.
Do we have leave to continue strolling, sir?
And as for you, Tully,
Yes, sir.
I know you've been sneaking off somewhere.
I go to just check on things, making sure everything's okay, sir.
Sure.
10-4, sir.
God damn it. Now I want to make something very clear. We got some visitors on the base. I'm turning into a pirate. That's why I was discharged. That's why I'm here. I'm not captain of this. I want to make something very clear to you three. I'm making it clear to everybody. It's not actually specific to you three. The previous shouting, the bollocking was to do with you three. Bollocking's not in America. Chewing you out before was because of you three specifically, because you're troublemakers. This is general policy. We got some visitors on the base at the moment. You see that van that arrived earlier?
Yeah, the
No.
suspicious one over there,
Yeah,
sir.
we did, sir. Yeah,
Yeah, you want to know about that van?
No, sir.
I do, sir.
Here's the only 3 things you need to know about that van. 1, they're authorized. 2, they're classified. And 3, they're none of your goddamn business.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Understood, sir.
Those people are our guests. They're from a senior part of the military. They're conducting some very, very important tests.
Right here?
You are not to disturb them.
Sir.
Is that understood?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Sir, do they like grits?
Yeah, do they like grits, sir?
Yeah, we could share our grits with them, sir.
Yeah, we could bring them a basin of grits.
Yeah.
He leans in very close to you and just goes, "No, they don't like grits.
Damn shame.
It's a shame.
Yeah, damn shame.
I want..."
Is someone Swedish?
Who was that?
It's me. Technical Sergeant Long.
How did you get in the American military?
I came over from Sweden when I was very young. I joined the military.
How did you get your accent?
I periodically went home to Sweden every year, and I picked up an accent from my grandmother, who used to beat me with a shoe every time I had an American accent.
Jeez. Oh.
What a story.
Okay.
Damn it, Long. What are you doing here? I heard there was a briefing about the van. I wanted to make sure I knew all about it.
Come on, Dan, carry on.
Yeah, come on, Dan. Have a conversation with
There we are.
yourself. Come on.
This is why people tune in. They just want to hear Dan talking to himself.
All the subscribers have now just dropped off. Now.
This is the show that's going to kill it, guys. This
Yeah.
is the show that kills the Patreon.
Yeah.
We aim to be the Baywatch Knights of the Danger
Yeah.
Club Patreon.
We're jumping the Finnish American soldier.
Yeah.
The Finnish American shark has been jumped. Episode 2.
Oh, good, go get some grits from the sink. I'll see you later.
Sir.
Yeah.
I wondered if it would be okay if me and my pals here tonight, if we could go off base and go into town, perhaps, and
What do you want off base?
no,
What do we want
nothing.
off base? I don't know either.
I mean, seriously, tonight's the poker game. So
Poker night tonight.
Why would you want to go anywhere tonight? It's the one night we do something.
Oh,
I mean, we could do it every night, but for some reason we only do it the one night of the week. I mean, there's nothing to do here.
No.
You got something in town, Tully, that you want desperately to be around?
just I miss my wife a little bit, and I haven't seen her in a while. And last time we spoke, she was saying how much she hates me and thinks I'm a disappointment. And she said that she's going to go get some tennis lessons with the tennis instructor, and how they're going for a drink before and after. And I just wanted to, just check in on her, check she's okay.
Wow. You are a disappointment, Tully. And if I were your wife, I wouldn't be so concerned with the tennis instructor. I'd be concerned with the eyes you've been making at that delivery guy who comes by here every week.
Steve. Steve. Yep, he's a good old delivery guy. Definitely delivery guy.
Yeah. I won't deny, Steve's got a damn fine ass.
What does he deliver?
No, he only does chicken and
Oh,
fish.
God. I knew you were going to get that. I was like, don't go that gag. That's fucking what you... This is 1902 in a music hall, for fuck's sake. Ooh.
All right, sir. We'll be on our way now. Are we relieved?
Are we allowed to go walking, sir?
Are we allowed to leave?
I want 2 of you on guard duty in 1 hour.
Yes, sir.
Okay, how do we decide?
Is it? Do we come back to you, or do we decide now, or?
Which 2 of us, sir?
Jaeger, you're the ranking officer here. You decide. Show
Okay.
some damn leadership for once in your life.
I mean, I have, sir. This is the end of a very long career. But sure, I'll pick which of us 2. I mean, it'll be those 2. It won't be me, obviously, because give me that option.
God damn it. I hate authority.
Oh, thanks, buddy. I mean, sir.
So are we allowed to go see his wife? Well, how did that situation end up? Are we going with this guy to see his wife?
Yeah, apparently we're all going to go see his
Well, I
wife.
don't know what we're doing with his wife. But,
Yeah.
No, it's okay. I forgot it was poker night, so you gotta win big. We're gonna win big, and we're gonna win hard.
yeah.
You want to go see your wife? You can see your wife tomorrow when your actual leave is scheduled for.
Yes, sir.
All right. Dismiss the 3 of you. You stay out of trouble.
Thank you, sir.
Hi, sir.
The which sink was it you said the grits were in?
The only sink
No.
on the base,
Yeah,
sir.
the mess sink.
Great.
Everyone's just got massively dirty hands because they just wash it in grits.
We need more sinks. And he heads off. He walks off to the mess hall. He kind of walks a few feet and then stops, turns around, looks at you as if he was expecting something to have happened, and then eyes you suspiciously, and then carries on walking back to the mess hall.
Yeah, you told him, Pete. You told him good.
Yeah. What are we doing again?
Well,
why
now
did you want us to go see your wife with you, Tully?
I don't know. Just
What was
maybe.
the plan there?
I don't know. Just maybe you could talk to her and tell her how much I'm a cool guy and
You're not.
oh.
You're a dweeb.
Well, anyway, listen. That guy, he doesn't want us to go see those guys over there because they're doing top secret stuff.
Yeah.
But there's nobody ever comes in this air base, so that makes me want to go and see that stuff that they're telling us not to see.
Uh-huh.
It's almost
What?
Tully, how did you get into the military? Was it like, collect a bunch of cereal packet tokens or something? I've never been a less military-like person in my life.
Well, I've always just worked in the air traffic control. I don't really do any fighting. I've never worked.
Yeah, but you'd still would have joined the military and you'd still gone thure basic training.
Yeah,
Why did you just be an aircraft controller in a regular airport, Tully?
Why are you laughing, Tully? Why are you laughing?
Because then you gotta live with your wife and you can play your dumb games every night of the week.
I don't know. I just I walked down the street the other day, and there's not the other day, about 2 years ago. They said, "Hey, you want to join the military?" And I said, "Well, I don't know. I like playing my Microsoft Flight Simulator 96." And they said, "Well, listen, you can fly real planes in the Army." And I said, "Okay."
You fly real planes in the Army. Wow. I think that was a very good slogan, yeah. Join the Navy and drive a tank.
And then, then I joined, and they said, "Hey, you're not good enough to fly a plane, so you just direct the planes." And so I went in the air traffic control, and then something bad happened, and then that's how I ended up here. But I always I pretty much know how to fly a Boeing 737. I know how to fly some of the other jets and stuff.
You literally spend hours and hours and hours playing that. You don't know the name of the planes.
Yeah.
Hey, that's a good idea. Why don't you do a low flyby over the van and we can see what's going on, yeah?
All right, let's go.
Yeah, I'm joking, Tully. It's a fucking computer game. Like, what the fuck?
Hey, I know it's super realistic. It's almost like you're actually in the aircraft.
I mean, literally, again, you're in a hangar. But like we've said that.
Look,
okay,
we're running out of time here. We're gonna.
Jesus, Tully.
Yeah. Pete's right. We gotta. Sorry, I mean, sir. I mean, do I call you sir as well, sir?
Yes, you call me sir.
Okay, sir. I'm not sure how this hierarchy works in the Army. I just work in the control tower.
I mean, you literally went through basic training.
I wasn't really listening when I had the training.
Jesus Christ.
I'm beginning to understand why we don't talk to this guy.
Yeah.
All right. No, but seriously, should we check it out?
Yes,
Pete,
let's just
sir?
go. Let's just please anything. Just make this stop.
All right. So you're going to go and have a look. So what's your plan for, having been told not to interfere with them? What's the plan to go? Are you just going to walk straight up to it?
So they're in the boneyard. They're in the boneyard, aren't they?
They've gone up to the boneyard. So yeah, you can kind of. It's from where you are. It's kind of hard to see. The boneyard's it's a big base, and the boneyard is on the far side of the base, and it's just a maze of disused, sealed up aircraft, planes, helicopters, all of this interesting, neat rows. I don't know if you've ever been on like Google Maps and looked up. Like, there's one famous, I can't remember what it's called. There's a famous boneyard in the US.
In Nevada, I think, isn't it?
In Nevada, yeah, where all the mothballed aircraft. And you can look it up on Google Maps, and it's amazing. You can just see planes going on for ages. This is smaller than that, and actually a lot of the aircraft that are kept at Platt sometimes will eventually be moved over and sent to the main boneyard there. But it's still pretty big. The van is driven off to there, so it's quite a ways off from where it is.
Is there any Jeeps nearby or anything like that we could?
There is a single. It's not really a Jeep, but it's a truck. There's like a sort of a military pickup truck which is nearby.
We should probably go on foot. The truck's a bit obvious.
Yeah.
It's quite hot, though. It's like 3 o'clock. I didn't put my sunscreen on.
You don't have to come, you know.
No, okay, it's fine. No, if you're going, Pete, I mean,
you can't just drive up to this secret organization in a truck. Because they'll hear us.
Yeah, you're right. You're definitely right, buddy. I mean, sir.
Why don't you wear a hat?
Yeah, okay.
I mean, you don't have a hat, but, I'm a walking.
Oh, yeah.
Do you have a hat?
I do in my bunk, but let's just go. It's okay. I'll just.
Yeah, let's just go. Yeah.
Okay, let's.
I tell you what, didn't he say two of us have to go on guard duty? So why don't we make it? We're doing the rounds of the boneyard.
Is it like it's not off limits? Is it like the boneyard or any this whole base? Like if you're just walking somewhere, they're not going to be like, "Wow, this is restricted area. Get the fuck out of here," are they?
It's not, but you might be queried as to exactly what you're doing there. If you don't have a reason to be there, it could be suspicious.
Okay. So
we could be on guard duty. That's an idea.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so we're on guard duty. We're just doing the rounds. Do we need guns if we're on guard duty?
Yeah, we would. Yeah.
I guess we need to go to the armory and get some guns.
Well, don't we? Didn't Dan say there's going to be a handover or something like? So you go to the guards already there, and then they give their guns and stuff.
Yeah.
Is that right?
In an hour though.
Let's just walk over there and say, we're going to the far end of the base, and we're going to do the handover with the people at the far end of the base past where we're going.
I've got a good idea. Let's jog there, and then we can say if anyone says we're doing a bit of PT, a bit of exercise.
Oh, I'm not good at exercise.
Yeah, come on, let's jog.
Oh.
Yeah.
Long.
Flake starts jogging off.
You all start. You start jogging in the afternoon heat up the road towards the boneyard.
Norman takes regular breaks to just do press on his inhaler and like.
So do I. I take regular breaks as well.
Flake's just
make a
jogging
little
off.
wheeze. There's just this giant of a man just jogging off. It's the two of you kind of wheeze and gasp to keep up with it. Okay, let's have let's say you get a little bit closer. You take a kind of 20 minutes or so to get up there, to jog/walk up there, and then you have a look up there. What's everyone's alertness?
60.
Ooh.
60. Okay.
60.
60.
60, a 60, and a 60. You've all got an alert. Okay, nice. That's pretty good. All right, let's.
It's the grits.
It's the grits.
It's nothing to do with the training. It's
just the grits. Just a diet of grits.
Let's roll it. Give me an alertness roll. So this is our first roll of the game. So when you roll, I want you to roll a D100, and the result tell me for any skill, the result will be like what you rolled on the die, over or under what your score is. So this will be, if you roll over 60, be like 70 over 60.
41.
40 under 60. 41.
Now, for the listeners, because obviously I'm going to use a dice rolling app which has a D100. How would you do a D100 normally?
No, like we said in the last one, and you roll two D10s. One for the tens and one for the units.
My app did two D10s. So it's the 30. It's 39.
A 39 and
41.
41. 29 or 41.
28 for me.
28.
28.
All passes. Not crits, but they are passes. Okay, so you notice a few things from the van. You find somewhere kind of close-ish to where the boneyard is, and you kind of set up, and you kind of just squint through the sun to try and spot what's going on there. You can see the van parked up among the planes. What has happened is some more people have gotten out of it, and you can now see two people wearing combat gear, so wearing military fatigues with body armor. However, most conspicuous about them is that both of them are wearing very large, thick-looking helmets that completely cover their faces, almost like a sort of astronaut's helmet, but much more rudimentary, made of silver metal with a tinted visor, so you can't see their faces. They have these big helmets on. They're both armed with automatic weapons, with assault rifles, and they appear to be standing guard around the van. You can see there is a glow starting to emit from the van, and Ross, Norman's well-trained flight simulator eyes, used to interpreting far-off pixels as things. You can see, even though it's very far away, you can see that the van appears to have several grounding strips come out of it. So sort of metal strips that have come out of the van that seem to be trying to earth it. And you can see a glow coming from the back. The side door is open. You can't really see what's inside it, but you can see there is a glow coming from inside it.
Hey, guys, there's something grounding the van, like it's supporting something, and it's glowing.
Yeah, we can see,
Yeah, we can see the glow. It's right there.
Yeah, it's glowing.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
This is
glowing.
weird.
I mean, could just be a normal test of something, or who knows?
Should we go and ask them what they're doing?
What are you crazy? I'm gonna walk up to these guys and we've just been told that
Under no
we're not
circumstances
allowed to go
going
near
near
them.
them.
You want to go up and talk to them?
Oh, yeah, you're right. You're right. Sorry, sir. I mean,
Jesus
buddy,
Christ.
Pete. Flake,
Yeah.
what do we do?
We're just going to keep watching. I mean, I don't know what else you're supposed to do. Those helmets are pretty weird.
Yeah.
Let's keep watching.
You keep an eye out for it. After a few minutes of kind of watching, the guards don't seem to be doing much. You see one of them kind of look over in your direction. Are you trying to hide while you're watching this? I'm assuming you're not just like standing out.
Yeah,
in the open,
just
just
like,
like,
on our bellies.
okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, you're kind of on your bellies, having a look out. Give me stealth checks.
Oh
Let me
my
see
God.
how.
I didn't put anything in this.
Stealth.
So
I think I
10%
do
stuff.
have some stuff.
10%. I've got to get less than...
Oh my God.
Oh,
shit.
so I got 32 and my stealth score's 50.
Oh, my...
32 under 50.
What did you get, Ross?
I got 5! 5 under 10!
Don't start celebrating yet. I got so I have 10% and stuff. Natural. I got 93.
Wow.
Why am I jumping up and down? It's probably the cigarettes I'm smoking.
Yeah.
You can just... Two of you are like flat on your bellies.
Just standing there.
But yes, unfortunately, Pete Jaeger, you're kind of... I guess you're sort of kneeling down, like you don't want to get flat on your belly. It's, getting up real hard.
fucking
There's the smoke, cigarette smoke coming up from where you all are. You see one of the guards kind of look over in your direction and then walk around behind the van for a bit and then come back out and resume guarding. And you can see he's looking in your direction, and then he starts waving at you and starts pointing away and starts trying to shoo you off.
Wave back. Wave.
Has so he hasn't seen
Pete,
me
Pete, who are you waving at?
He's waving at us. I'm waving back.
Well, maybe you should put the cigarette out and stop smoking.
Nah, it's good for my lungs.
For this at home, Jerry has a pen in his mouth.
It's actually a paintbrush.
the hard stuff.
Yeah.
So on it. A moment later, there's the sound of an engine, and the truck that you passed earlier comes driving along the road towards where you are.
Oh.
It's been driven by Carlos Herrera, Airman Basic Carlos Herrera, who's one of the youngest members of staff. It's about the only person on
young
base.
as Eve, 6? I mean, we've
He's 19 as well. He's the same age as
Okay.
Seba, but his birthday's a little before Seba, or a little after Seba. And he's the least senior person on base. He is driving Major Jones in the car, who looks pissed as he's driving up.
Quick, just jog away.
The truck pulls up, and Jones stands up from the top of the truck as you're. What do you guys do as the truck drives towards you? Are you gonna keep lying still?
Yeah,
or,
I'm just gonna be keep lying there like he can't see me if I don't move.
Yeah, and Flake starts doing like press ups and things like that. So it's like he's just there doing his PT.
Yeah, I light another cigarette.
Yeah.
I finished it. I just... fresh cigarette.
The major pulls up, hops out, goes, "God damn it, Piffkin, Jaeger! What the hell are you doing out here?"
A PT, sir.
I'm watching his PT.
Yeah, he's watching. I think Tully's
He
died.
could hurt himself. He could have a hernia, just in case.
Doing
It's a big guy. He could just
PT,
snap.
just doing PT right out here by the hangars in the boneyard.
Yeah, that's right, sir. Yeah.
It's a nice view. He gets a bit shy about his PT, you see. He doesn't want people watching.
Yeah.
So he doesn't want people watching, so you're watching him?
It's complicated, sir. He knows I was a Nam. That's the reason.
Because you're in Nam.
Always had to watch each other doing PT in Nam.
Piffkin, there's something up here. You're out here in the middle of nowhere doing push-ups, being watched by some Vietnam vet.
Yeah, I know, it sounds weird when
Because you
say
don't
it.
like people watching you.
Yeah.
That's right, sir.
Well, then how come I just get a radio message from our new guests telling them that there's some strange old guy spying on them?
I'm not spying on him, sir. I'm watching Piffkin here doing press-ups. We just explained this to you, sir, just a moment ago. I don't know if you were here for that. It's quite clear.
Don't give me any of your press-up talk. I've had it up to here with your press-up excuses, Jaeger. You are this far from being off this base. And have I given you the off this base talk before?
You've given me the off the space talk. We had a philosophical discussion about what it would mean to be off the space, sir.
Damn it. Thought I'd used it on Herrera. Have I used the off this base talk before? No, boss, you haven't used the off this base talk. Well, you talk back to me one more time, Herrera, and you're gonna be off this base. And if you're off this base, you're nowhere. Herrera's like,
Vince
all right,
McMahon of this,
Yeah.
offering to no privacy. I want both of you back at the base. I want
What
both
about
of you
Jose? What about Jose, sir? Is he just allowed to watch?
You can watch me press up if you want, sir.
Who's Jose?
Jose, the guy in the van.
Herrera.
The driver.
Carlos Herrera.
Carlos.
Carlos Herrera.
Carlos Herrera.
Jose. He's just a racist.
Just, yeah.
Herrera looks pissed. Herrera's like, excuse me?
You seen this glowing van shit, Jose?
Jeez.
You keep getting an half full of this.
Herrera's like, we got a problem.
Do we have yeah, there's a glowing van.
The major's like, that van is none of your business. You two, Jaeger.
Okay.
No, wait, Herrera. I was already talking to Jaeger. You two, Herrera.
Why'd you
You
bring
as
him
well,
out here to
Piffkin.
see the van, Major?
I didn't bring anyone out here to see the van. Since Tully seems to have gone AWOL.
He just lying on the floor next to right.
Hey, a 5 under 10 is a hell of a roll. I think I'm putting the two of you on guard duty.
Okay, sir.
All right, sir. Can I press up when I do guard duty?
You can press up when you're dead.
Okay,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
Now get your asses down to the guard hut.
Yes, sir.
You want to ride in the truck?
No.
I mean,
But I wasn't going to let you anyway. He gets into
can I get in the
Herrera.
truck, sir?
God damn it. No, you can run behind the truck.
Okay, sir.
Bigger than the truck anyway.
Yeah,
Herrera, get us back to the base.
Stick it up your truck.
Soon as I find out where that Tully has gone, probably in his secret bunker right now, we'll find him. Herrera scowls back at the rest of you, and then his eyes just very clearly just look down at where Tully is flat on the floor, and just looks confused. And then he drives, and then the truck drives off.
So I guess I should just go back.
Yeah, we're on guard duty now, so we're going to have to leave the glowing van.
All right,
What's the van doing now? Is it still glowing? And
As you kind of watch, the van is there's still a glow coming from the van, and you can see the two guards are kind of still standing by. The one both of them are now looking in your direction. They're kind of unmoving, but they are just sort of watching you.
all right.
One of them flips you off.
Quite a punishment being sent from being on guard duty to being on guard duty.
Well, I mean,
He really knows how to discipline his officers, this guy.
I mean, you weren't on guard duty. You made us do guard duty. By the way,
No, we were going to be on guard duty.
Tully, get the
in,
fuck
in
up.
half an hour.
No, look, I'll stay here.
Now, you stay there, Tully. They didn't see him. He can just tell us what's going on later on.
All right, fair enough. Stay there for the rest of the day, Tully.
Has
gonna
anyone
go
got
on
any
guard
I,
duty.
I bet you wish you had a fucking hat now.
Okay, I'm gonna go back and get some guns so we can go on guard duty.
All right, I'll come with.
You tell us what's going on later, Tully.
Yeah,
Tully.
it's almost too hotter down here than it is when you're standing up because the sort of sun is
Shut up,
absorbed on
Tully.
the.
Tully, don't
Yeah.
fall asleep. Don't fall asleep. And then he just jogs off.
The two of you jog back to the base, leaving Tully lying in the sun, the hot sun, face down in the dirt, by himself. And you jog off to go and get guns, which I'm sure is going to be very, very safe. And as you do that, I would like all three of you to make a sanity roll for me, please. So I want you to roll a D100, and you're trying to roll under your sanity.
I rolled a 33 on my dice, which is... Do you have to... I'm telling you the difference, am I? Rather than just what...
So you're going to tell me your result and then your score.
So the result was 33 and my sanity is 45.
Oh, 33 under 45. So you...
Yeah.
Okay, so that is a fail. How about Jaeger?
So my sanity is 55, and I got 89.
89! Oh, no.
Oh, do you have to get it over?
Sorry, over is a fail. So, yeah, sorry, other way around. Ross, you passed.
Yeah!
Jerry, that is a fail. And...
so mine is 50, and I roll a 7. So I am...
Wow.
That's pretty good.
There's nothing... to be fair, some weird helmets and a glowing van. I mean...
Yeah, you're not...
Apparently it was too much for me.
Yeah, I know.
Quite a
It's
lot.
just driven you over the edge. Like,
I think it's just the fact that they couldn't see Tully. That's what drove me insane. Why couldn't they see him? Why couldn't they see him? My mind.
Jerry, I want you to lose one sanity, and I need you to make a luck roll for me. A luck roll is where you roll a D100.
No, it's worse. My breaking point was 44, so... And I got 89.
You don't need... your breaking point doesn't matter at this point. Okay. It's when your current sanity gets down to your breaking point. That's where bad things happen. And I need you to make a luck roll. A luck roll is just a straight 50-50 roll. So roll a D100, and on a 51 or higher, then you pass.
Got 86.
86, so you pass. Okay. So you're unnerved by the whole thing. Something about this just doesn't feel right to you. And you're feeling agitated about the whole sort of thing. But you jog on, leaving Tully face down in the dirt to take up your guard duty and get some guns. And we'll find out how that goes in 2 weeks' time. I got it right this time. See you next time, everyone. On the Danger Files. Bye-bye.
the truth is out there.